celebration of love. Biggest announcement. That's what they said. But I felt silence, not excitement first, not happiness first, just a strange pause inside my chest. Everyone was smiling. Everyone looked happy. But I wasn't sure what I was feeling. Something felt too perfect, too planned, too fast, like a moment built for display, not truth. They called it love. They called it celebration. But my heart asked, is this really love? Biggest announcement of love. They kept repeating it, like repeating makes it true. More believable somehow. I stood there quietly, watching everything unfold. People clapping, laughing, taking photos, cheering. But inside me, something didn't match because love shouldn't feel like a public show. It should feel calm. It should feel real. I looked at them, trying to understand whose love is this and who decided it. Celebration of love. Biggest announcement, but why does it feel like pressure? Instead, I saw her standing, smiling softly, but her eyes were not fully there. That's when I noticed something she didn't say, something hidden behind that perfect smile. I wanted to ask, but words didn't come because everything around me was already decided. Biggest announcement of love. They kept saying again, but I felt distance growing inside me between what they show and what is real. People were congratulating like everything was perfect, but perfection felt strange, too controlled, too staged. I stepped back slowly, trying to breathe, because emotions were heavy without clear reason. She looked at me just for a second. That second said more than all the noise. Something was missing, something unspoken, celebration of love. But whose love exactly? That question stayed inside my mind. I remembered small things, moments I ignored, silences I didn't question, signs I didn't see. Now everything felt connected, like puzzle pieces, but too late to change. What is already happening? Biggest announcement of love, still echoing around, but my heart felt left behind somewhere. I wanted to believe this is happiness, but belief needs truth, not just words. I walked a little away from crowd just to think clearly, just to feel again, because inside that moment I was losing clarity. She came closer, slowly, but said nothing, just stood beside me in silence. That silence felt heavier than all celebration. I finally asked softly, is this what you want? She didn't answer quickly. That pause said everything. Not yes, not no, just uncertainty hidden behind perfect moment, biggest announcement of love, still being celebrated, but I felt something breaking quietly, not loudly, not visibly, just inside me, because I understood now something was missing. Maybe honesty, maybe choice, maybe both. She finally whispered, I don't know, and everything stopped inside me completely. Because love should never start with confusion. Celebration continued outside, but inside everything faded. I looked around again at all the smiles and realized something simple. Not all celebrations are real. Some are just stories we tell ourselves. Biggest announcement of love, but no clarity inside. Only expectations, only pressure. I stepped away more, trying to escape noise, because my heart needed silence, needed truth, not performance. She stayed behind in that crowd, and I kept walking, not sure where, but sure of one thing: something was not right, because real love doesn't feel like confusion. It feels like peace, not uncertainty, celebration of love, still echoing behind, but inside me only questions remained. And for the first time, I didn't clap. Celebration of love, biggest announcement. But after I walked away, nothing felt the same. The noise was still there, but I wasn't inside it. It felt distant now, like it belonged elsewhere. I kept walking slowly, without knowing direction, because sometimes leaving is not a choice, it's a reaction to truth you can't hold. Celebration of love, still echoing behind me. But inside my chest, everything was quiet. Too quiet to ignore, too heavy to explain. I thought about her, standing in that crowd, still smiling, maybe, still pretending, maybe. Or maybe she knew what I now understood, that this wasn't simple, not for her either. Biggest announcement of love, but nothing felt complete. I stopped near a corner, away from people, just to breathe again, just to think again, because my mind was overloaded now. Every moment replaying, every silence returning. I remembered her eyes, that uncertain look, not fully present, not fully gone, somewhere in between, like she was trapped between expectation and truth, between heart and world, celebration of love, but whose decision? That question stayed unanswered inside me. I sat down slowly on a quiet step and finally felt it, the weight of truth. Not dramatic pain, just deep realization that something important was not chosen freely. Biggest announcement of love. But where is choice? Where is clarity? Where is peace? I closed my eyes for a moment and saw everything again, from beginning to now. The crowd, the smiles, the staged happiness, and beneath it all, a hidden hesitation. I realized something simple. Not all love stories are built on freedom. Some are built on pressure, and that changes everything. Completely and quietly, I stood up again, feeling different now, not broken, but awake, because ignorance ends when truth arrives. Celebration of love still happening somewhere, but I wasn't there. Not anymore. I walked back slowly, not to join them, but to see her one last time from distance, from clarity. She was still there, standing among them, smiling softly again. But it looked different now. Not happiness, more like acceptance, like she had already stopped fighting inside. That hit harder than anything else because I understood she wasn't free, not in that moment, not in that decision. Biggest announcement of love, but no voice of her own. That thought stayed heavy in my mind. I wanted to stop everything, say something, do something, but I also knew some moments are locked. Not everything can be changed, even when you want. So I stood still, watching quietly, and she looked my way just once. No smile this time, just silence in eyes. That silence said everything, more than words ever could. I nodded slightly, not for approval, but for understanding, because sometimes you don't fix moments, you just accept them. Celebration of love still loud around her, but inside me it was ending, not loudly, just quietly fading. I turned away again, but this time calmly, no confusion left, only clarity. That love without freedom is not love fully. It's arrangement, it's expectation, it's something else, but not love. Biggest announcement of love, but no real beginning, just a conclusion, dressed as celebration. I walked farther away, this time not stopping, because I knew now staying changes nothing. Only acceptance remains, or escape, and I chose silence over confusion as I left behind the last echoes of a love that wasn't fully mine, or maybe never was. Celebration continued behind, but I didn't look back because sometimes looking back hurts more than moving forward. And I finally understood that truth doesn't always free you. Sometimes it just ends what you believed, and that is enough. To change a person forever